there. Now that we have talked about what AR and VR are, that's a funny way to say it, and also a brief explanation of the assignment, let's look at the actual assignment that you will turn in. First, we're going to look at the blank template, and then we are going to look at a completed example. Both of these can be found on Moodle. If you're inside the assignment, click on this, and it leads you to this hyperdoc. So you are choosing one augmented reality app. You're choosing another app that is virtual reality. You will create a mini lesson on each of these. So it follows the same format for both. You're going to give me the name of the augmented reality application. Literally just type it out. You're going to give me a 50-word minimum description of the augmented reality application and how it can be used in an educational setting. Then you're going to write me 2 learning outcomes. If you're not sure how to do this, make sure and go back and reference the materials under lesson plans about learning outcomes. But the important things to remember, they must be observable. So learning outcomes must be observable. They must be measurable, and you will be measuring them by the assessment that you have in your lesson. So then you will give me a brief description of your learning activity, how your students would actually do this in class, and it does say brief, so it doesn't have to be really long. And then you will tell me what kind of assessment you will have to assess these learning outcomes. I want to make sure y'all are making that connection that learning outcomes must be observable and measurable, and if they are not, they are not learning outcomes and cannot be included as such. So there's augmented reality, and again, same exact thing with virtual reality. These are 2 different applications. You will look at all the resources and assignments, all the different options. You can choose some from those lists. You can choose some from anywhere else that you find on the internet. I highly suggest you do not pay money for them. There's too many free ones out there. And here's an example. So this app for AR is called Galactic Explorer. I suggest that might be one of the first apps you download. It's very easy to navigate, and it's a lot of fun. I would prefer y'all not to choose it for this assignment because for some reason that's everyone's go-to. But Galactic Explorer is augmented reality, lets learners experience the solar system. You can learn about solar system and anything orbiting them. Moons, satellites. It is free. So TLW, the learner will identify planets in our solar system. The learner will describe facts about a planet of their choosing. So those are my learning outcomes, and if I look below, I will be assessing both of those in the assessment section. So then I give a brief description of the learning activity. The teacher will, TTW, download it all before the lesson. The teacher will show a YouTube video found here at the beginning to give them an overview, and then split in groups of 2, use iPads and merge cubes, and have the students use the apps. The learner will take a short Google form assessment at the end of use of Galactic Explorer. The assessment requires learners to list all the planets. So right there, you're meeting learning outcome 1. It also requires the learner to pick their favorite planet and provide 3 facts. So there, you're meeting learning outcome 2. You're assessing both learning outcomes. Google Expeditions is a great place to look for VR. They have so many VR expeditions in there. So the one I chose for this was Google Expeditions, and it's called First Look at College, and it actually walks you through the process in some way. You can see in my description, it's a virtual reality application that allows users to experience different parts of an on-campus interview. Like, you know, they use these to do mock walkthroughs of a university. They'll have you can sit there and do trips and view campus housing, campus classes, be involved in campus traditions. A lot of universities are starting to make these types of virtual reality tours because it's a great marketing tool. And once you've made it, you don't have to keep creating it. You can keep using it for marketing purposes. So more and more colleges will have virtual tours offered. The learner will recognize why college may or may not be a good fit for certain students. That information is inside the app. The learner will identify things that excite them about college and things that cause them anxiety. So here's my brief description of what the teacher's going to do and what the students will do. And then the learner will write a brief narrative, minimum 200 words, on Google Classroom, and they'll explore why college is a good fit for them or not. They'll explain the logic behind their declaration and also explain one thing that excites them about the college and one that causes anxiety. And then they will learn how to lessen anxiety. So right here, learning outcome 1 is assessed right here. Learning outcome 2 is assessed down here. So just remember, your learning outcomes must be observable. They must be measurable. The teacher must be able to see that it's happening, and you must be able to have proof through assessment that the learning has occurred. It's pretty simple concepts, and once you get into actually writing full lessons, hopefully you'll look back at this assignment and realize how really minuscule it was. But as always, if you have any questions, let me know, especially on this one. If you have an application you're interested in, I'm more than happy to help you write your learning outcomes, or at least talk it through and help you think about assessment possibilities. So as always, if you have any questions, let me know.